This is Shekels and Shamrocks with Jason Shapiro and Tim Duggan, talking about the markets, life, and everything in between.
What's up,
Yo,
Duggan?
I'll tell you what, it must be a quiet day in your office if you're looking to chat to the Irishman. How are you doing?
I'm good, man. Well, we were supposed to catch up a couple weeks ago. I was out of town.
I know we were. I know we're both terrible, man. I've been running around here in a pair of shorts, enjoying the sunshine, to be honest. And
Get a little sun in Ireland today?
yeah, imagine that. We've had sun for the last 2 months.
Stuff.
Crazy shit.
Don't fucking short that global warming, man.
Yeah, yeah. It's the cows, isn't it?
Good shit.
How was your trip?
Yeah, it was nice.
Where'd you go again?
West Coast.
Oh yeah. How is the West Coast these days?
Yeah, it's,
The woke mind virus is not running rampant.
what's that?
The woke mind virus running rampant in the West.
It always is, but I was in some good spots, so.
Nice. What part of the West Coast? California?
I mean, my son lives down in La Jolla, so I started there, and my mother lives up in Seattle, so we drove over a 2-week period from San Diego up to Seattle. Made a bunch of stops along the way.
Did you get out the surfboard?
No.
From the beaches of Baja to La Jolla. Do you remember that scene in what was it? Oh, The Big Lebowski, where they're spreading Walter's ashes?
Yeah.
You guys tell me you read the book.
Oh, I read that fucking book that you gave my wife while I was away.
Shantaram?
Yeah.
No way. Best book ever, right?
I don't know if I call it the best book ever, but it was enjoyable.
It was good. Nice.
Yeah, it was enjoyable.
So obviously, you got the bug there. You were like wanted to know what it was all about. Did you?
I needed something to read, Ben, and it was there, and she enjoyed it, so
Yeah,
so I went for it. It got a little, I think it was probably a little 30% longer than it needed to be.
yeah, I know what you mean.
And it
I know
started
what
to
you mean.
get a little bit,
I'm trying to remember. I think it kind of.
at one point it got a little bit over the top, you know what I mean? When he's like going through fucking, the mountains of Afghanistan and shit. It's like, there's no fucking way that this fucking happened.
You're like, I'm sick of the poetic license. Just get
Yeah,
to
I
the
mean,
beat.
there's no way that, that really happened.
They
But
made a.
he doesn't really claim that it really happened.
Yeah, I think the only kind of legitimacy is I think he did serve time in Oz,
No, he did. He
and
did.
then some
And
of
he
the
did go
stuff
to
in
India and all
India.
that. Yeah, that's all true.
Yeah, yeah.
That's about where it ends.
Well, I enjoyed it.
No, it was still a
That
still a
sounds
good
true.
book, good story. I learned some stuff, some things that I never
Yeah.
really knew and all that. So it was good. Look, I needed something that was going to fucking take my time up, and that certainly did.
Well, I'm glad you were reading a non-market money finance
Oh shit,
financial
I
history
haven't
thing.
fucking read a market book in fucking years.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, well, you were reading that book on money. What was it? I think it was called Money, wasn't it? I think it came out like 2 years ago or something.
Not like anything I read.
Were you not reading it?
No.
I think you mentioned it maybe, and then I did the audiobook of it.
Really? I don't know.
You got to read Gods of Money. Got to read that one. My mind was blown. There was so much shit in there. I didn't know. And that's just I'm like, it's crazy. It's absolutely
I went
crazy.
through this thing where I've been doing a lot of reading for the last couple of years since my eyes fucked up, and then I don't know. I went through this binge before I went away, where between in the month before I went away and going, I must have read 6 books.
Oh yeah.
And anything I could literally get my hands on, kind of that was in my library here that I haven't read, I ripped through. And then I don't know, that book kind of burned me out. So I'm taking a little bit of a reading break right now, and then I'm gonna get on to some other things.
It is a big book. It is definitely a big. I'm surprised you got through it so
1,000 pages
quickly.
long.
Yeah, jeez.
Yeah, it
So
just
you
gets to the
listening to a
point
lot
where
of books now?
I loved it until they got a little bit over the top, and then I got a little bit bored. But then it gets to the point where you just want to finish it. You know what I mean? And there's still
Yeah,
300 fucking pages to go.
yeah.
But there's a perfect RV rental.
Well, I don't know. Do you ever get to a point in the book where you just abandon ship? You're like, no, this isn't even. I'm not even gonna go for the end here. I don't need to know.
It's hard for me to do that, but I'm sure I've done it. I just can't think of the last time I did. But once you get, I don't know, like that book, you get 700 pages in. You know what I mean? You can't finish it at
Yeah,
that point, right?
exactly. Yeah, it's
Fucking
a bit harder
invested
to
now.
ditch. But it's got the love story, and you kind of get wrapped up in a bit of that, and
No, it wasn't a bad book. It was very enjoyable, but it just got a
yeah,
little bit, like I say, it was longer than it needed to be, and it got a little bit over the fucking top, in that Afghanistan thing.
I wouldn't bother with the Apple TV series they made out of it because
Sucked.
there's an Apple TV series they
Yeah, I
made out
saw
of it
that.
with Charlie. What's his name? Did you
Yeah, I
like that?
saw that. I didn't see it, but I saw that they did that.
Yeah, it's not.
No
If you've
good.
read the book, you're kind of like, meh,
Yeah, isn't that how isn't that always how
Yeah,
it
that's always the way.
is? Right? Book is always
Yeah, yeah. It always surprises me when you read a book and then you see the movie, and the movie is like literally like word for word, scene for scene, the book. And you're kind of, I don't know, whenever I see that, I'm kind of like, did you not like engage a little bit of creativity and maybe kind of,
Yeah,
rebuild
sometimes they
this?
do. I saw The Firm last night. They totally changed that from the book.
Oh, did they? I never read that one actually.
Yeah, the end, the ending is completely different.
Is that Hackman and Cruz? Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. A bit of John Grisham.
I don't even remember what the ending was for the book anymore. But I remember when I first saw the movie, I was like, oh, they completely changed the ending. That whole thing that he does in the movie where he like makes it about overbilling and all that shit, that was not what the book was at all. I don't remember what the book was, but it wasn't that.
Oh, I never read the book. I think my dad's copy is lying around somewhere. He had a load of those Grisham books.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good movie. Hackman
Yeah,
makes a good baddie.
he did.
Still the best Lex Luthor to ever grace the screens. On actually, Richard Pryor was in that Superman as well, I think.
No, he was in like Superman 3 or 4
Oh yeah.
when it started getting really shitty.
Oh man, did you see that documentary on Christopher Reeves that was
I
going?
did, yeah.
Yeah. God, man. What a heartbreak. Jeez. What a story.
Yeah, it was pretty sad.
He was a specimen of a guy. He was like super tall. He was massive. And to go from like that sort of, you know, complete picture of peak fitness to, you know, an accident like that. My God.
Yeah, it was
What a
pretty sad.
tragedy.
Pretty sad.
Great documentary. Really, really good.
Yeah,
I enjoyed that.
good.
So, what do you reckon? I just literally been poring over a COT and getting a report out, and I was on the oil stuff. I really just gonna go deep on WTI, tweeted out, sent the report, blah blah blah. And then some wild guy comes out of nowhere on Twitter and he's like, because I was like, I was a squeeze on the non-coms, the specs here, and he comes out of nowhere and he's like, yeah, well, XWTI net specs are long. So I was like, well, I guess I
The
should have read
people
the
on Twitter have
XWTI
no
report.
clue how to read the COT report.
Huh?
People on Twitter do not have a single clue how to read the COT report. They comment on my shit all the time. I'm like, I don't even answer because it's not fucking worth my time. I'm like, I'm putting this on here to fucking help you, bro. Okay, as somebody
Right,
who's
exactly.
looked at and traded this report for over 25 fucking years, like, I'm putting this on to help you. I'm not gonna sit here and fucking argue with you. Okay, like take it or leave it. I don't care, but I'm not gonna
Exactly.
fucking spend my time fucking arguing with you.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly, man. Yeah,
Like, I don't give a shit if you don't like what I'm saying. Okay, then don't fucking trade off it. I don't fucking give a shit.
exactly. There's actually so much information in there if you model it the right way. It's actually incredible. And I think it's like, when I first kind of, was listening to you talking about COT before we'd even ever chatted, it was Jason Shapiro, mega contrarian, COT, looking at this and that. And I was like, I really hadn't tuned into COT properly before, and really got my head into it and really looked at the data. And ever since then, since I've known you, we've made a piece of software to really look at it properly. And yeah, it's actually just a wealth of information. But the one hang up I have with it, is the lag, right? They capture the data on Tuesday's close, is it? And
Yeah,
compile it on a Wednesday?
yeah.
Yeah.
Compile it out on Friday, actually.
Oh, right. But you're missing your Wednesday, Thursday, Friday trade activity, right?
They are, yes.
Or they are, yeah. Yeah. So there's that lag amount, which kind of is, interesting. But yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. You've turned me into a COTer.
You know,
Uh,
and it
yeah,
doesn't always work, but it's another piece of data that can help a lot.
yeah. I
And
saw
I happen to agree with you there. I think they're running short crude. Yeah.
well, if you're just looking at WTI and you have a consolidated data set that goes beyond 2022 to bring in the data that goes back to 86, I think is when NYMEX started with WTI,
Yeah.
then you'll see, because 2 weeks ago, yeah, here's a gripe I had. What, 2 weeks ago, when it was all over Twitter, everyone's like, "Oh my God, the net position on WTI is never, or on oil has never been so short, blah blah blah." And I was like, okay. So then I like looked at our data and I was like, yeah, but I could see that, but that's only if you look back to the 2022 point where they kind of changed the reporting method a bit.
Right.
Which, if you're just downloading the surface COT report, that's all you're seeing, right?
Right.
Well,
Right. Right.
right. So unless you go to the trouble of merging that database with the sort of legacy all the way back to 86,
Right.
you're just going to be seeing this super net short position. So then
Yeah.
we look back at this to 78, and I was like, well, I think it was like 76 percentile crowded, not like the 96 percentile crowded.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you, these people, they don't want to take the time to do the work. You know what I mean? They're just pretty typical,
Yeah.
pretty fucking typical. They just
But
want to yak, 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 but they don't actually want to do the work to fucking make their yak and make any sense.
I know I made a change in the VWAP report. I'm writing, over the last.
You started making it accurate.
Shots fired. Shapiro getting down and dirty. Holy shit. Shots fired. All right. It's like that, eh? Call a guy up just to rag on him.
Bored, man. Yeah, I'm bored.
Roast the Irish guy when you're bored day. Okay.
I mean, I was gonna go to like, oh, I got a new fucking kitchen. It's just about done. We can finally go to like load it up and shit. We were gonna go to Costco, but then before I went, at least I found out it's actually not open today. So I figured I'd call you
You
up
got
and
the
harass
kitchen done,
you.
did you?
Huh?
You finally got the kitchen done.
It's not done, but it's almost done.
Nice. Nice. Well done. It was Shantaram that did it. It's Shantaram that brought you to get that kitchen done.
Yeah.
It's softened you up. No, but on the noise thing, right? I was doing this VWAP report, and it was kind of just a way for me to like look at certain markets and kind of tune me in for the week ahead. The
Yeah.
way I started right now, and I was just like looking at markets, taking a snapshot. Right, if it goes to here, I want to be long. If it breaks there, I don't want to be involved at all. All this sort of shit, right? And then I was like, maybe I'll take an inspiration from Jason. I'll just start publishing this thing, and then like after a month or two, I'm writing these big sort of like macro things of like, oh well, if the NFP is this, and well, the Fed should be
Right.
doing blah blah blah, and now I'm suddenly just adding to the noise.
No,
So
I
from
find the same thing with me. So now that I used to write it for myself, and like if there's nothing going on, I would just fucking write like nothing. I'd be like, yeah, there's nothing going on. But now I got like people paying for it, so I got to come up with shit every week. You know what I mean? And it's like most of what I'm coming up with is fucking the same fucking noise.
Yeah, right. Well, as of the one I just pushed like 30 minutes ago, I said, you know what? I'm stepping back from the brink here. This is just going to be price action, COT. Maybe I'll write a paragraph. I'll publish 5 articles that I'd found interesting over the last week,
Right.
and that's it. I'm not adding to the noise because I don't want to do it anymore. The noise thing, the big Mac. Oh, I've got like 4 paragraphs on my macro thesis, like
Yeah.
you know. And then Trump comes out, sips on a banana skin. Oh, well, 180 now on that idea. So
Yeah, that's a fact.
I see the conspiracy merchants reckon Trump has had a stroke. Are you seeing this? Because he hasn't been on camera for like 6 days or something.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, apparently.
No.
So all the hype merchants are out there now tweeting about it.
I mean, it would seem strange if he hasn't been on camera for 5 days. That's like a record.
Yeah.
Especially now with fucking China and India getting together, you would think that he would be going off.
Yeah. Do you reckon What do you reckon happened at that Putin meeting in Alaska, in Anchorage?
I don't know. They probably fucking blew each other.
Yeah, well, before that, I reckon, because it was everywhere, right? Camera, it was on all the news stations, YouTube Live, blah, blah, blah. The cameras in the room. And just one thing that struck me, the only thing that struck me, and a couple of reporters talked about it on a couple of the news agencies, they were like, the whole panel, US panel, Rubio, Trump, all the guys, they were just completely white faced. They'd had like 5 minutes with the Russian delegation, and they were
Right.
all just like completely as if you just told them you had their family locked up somewhere. Like
Yeah.
they looked shocked. I reckon the Ruskies said something before, like right at the top of the meeting.
I think that Donald Trump is a fucking clown, and I think that in the end, the American people are going to be fucking holding the fucking back. I've seen it. I've seen this before in my life more than once, and it usually ends up in the same fucking place, which is he gets away with it, and we're all left holding the fucking back.
So, your reference to this happening before, you mean like at a government
No,
level,
just in
or
general, dealing with people
yeah,
who have similar approaches and similar personality traits,
it,
and similar unchecked narcissism.
I remember you talking
It's
about the
always ended
fund,
up
yeah,
in the same place. It's always taken longer than I would have thought it would have taken.
yeah,
The person who ultimately should have paid the price almost always ends up not being the person who should pay the price.
yeah.
And there's a whole bunch of bag holders left. And in this case, the bag holders are going to be the American people. And it probably doesn't happen until this guy either fucking dies or gets out of office, you know? And then the shit hits the fucking fan. There's going to be consequences to these narcissistic fucking behaviors. It's just a question of when, you know?
Yeah,
It reminds me so much of what I witnessed when I worked at this hedge fund in New York.
I remember you said before, yeah.
No,
And the guy,
it's mirroring it perfectly. And that one took a lot longer than I would have thought. But in the end, it all went to the same place, you know, which was complete fucking bankruptcy. And the people who ended up, it was the same thing. I used to say it all the time to these guys that were like the firm. I'm like, how do you guys fucking sit here? You know this fucking guy's a fucking moron. You know the things that he's doing are stupid. How do you just sit here and fucking take it? You know? And they were like, "Oh, I don't fucking care, man. I just keep my head down. I do my thing. I make my money. I get paid my bonus." Okay, that's fine. But in the end, you know,
mm,
they all owned huge partnership interests in the firm, and those partnership interests went to zero. So those guys ended up losing multi-millions of dollars because they didn't want to get involved. They didn't want to step up and call the fucking guy out for what he was. And they were even scarier to call the guy out for what he was because, for whatever reason that I have yet to be able to figure out,
they lost all their carry in the
the
fund,
boss
obviously.
man, the boss man was all about the guy. So anytime anybody brought it up, like this guy's a piece of shit, it wouldn't work anyway because the ultimate man whose name was on the door was all about the guy, which I could also never figure out why, other than pedophilia. It's the only answer I can come up with.
Yeah, I got something on them.
Yeah,
I have a
I
friend in
mean,
the
George
States.
Weiss, he ended up declaring fucking bankruptcy. He's in fucking court now every fucking week because, you know, he's got like $400 million in fucking bills to pay.
Lanes on them. Jesus.
Yeah.
Well, the American people are already paying. I think as we come to the point where producers, manufacturers, and all are going to run out of like 90 days worth of pulled forward inventory, like, 90 days ago, I think that was around Liberation Day, right? Or maybe longer. But the point is that once they run out of that pull forward inventory, it's tariffed inventory. And I think we're now at that point, late August, early September, maybe even late September, that the data can start to actually, price in and show, the effects of the tariffs so far. And
Good.
I just think, yeah, we just had Q2 GDP, all looks good. PCE, no alarm bells going off there really, but I think that's all as to be expected. But I think it's now that the customers are actually, the people are actually going to be paying like the fully priced in tariffs to the final goods they're purchasing. And the manufacturers are going to be paying those upper tariffs now because they need to restock inventory because they're sure as fuck not going to be able to get 100% of their inventory from North America, United States. And ultimately, like there was a post there I saw, it might have been on Twitter, where there was this American woman saying, "Hold on a second, I thought that other countries were paying the tariffs." That's like, no, no, no. A 10% tariff means that you pay it.
Well, they fucking people don't know. They don't even understand, dude. Some fucking ignorant fucking motherfuckers that just listen to, they listen to Donald Trump. I'm not even talking about the tariff. I'm talking about this society's going to be fucking paying a huge fucking price for the decisions that are being made right now. Huge fucking price.
But society is already, the masses, the voting electorate has accepted this. And obviously they didn't fully understand what it means that the 10% is paid by them. I mean, I know you're talking about the bigger smoke show sort of cloak and daggers sort of thing going on here.
I mean, just look at what's going on with China and India, man. These people have never fucking liked each other. He's driving them into each other's arms. You think that's going to be fucking net good for this country in the end?
Only thing you got to look at. It's only one thing you have to look at to tell you what's going on.
What's that?
Gold.
Huh?
Gold.
No, that's
Gold.
exactly right. That's exactly what I've been saying too. I've said it in my report and on my videos for a while now. Gold
yeah?
and the yield curve are the two places that you have to fucking look.
If you hook me up with one of those complimentary subscriptions, I might be able to watch some of these videos.
They're fucking free.
Okay.
They're free. You can go on there and watch them.
Those videos. I see those videos.
I mean, even the stuff that I do in the daily video, we put one free one up a week, and
You mean
the one free one I put up a week, I
well,
try to put as much information as I can in there.
No, I know you do. Gold. I haven't heard you talking about gold though in a while. I don't think.
I'd say all the last few weeks, I'm like, look, if you're worried about this and you're worried about that, you're worried about this, okay, that's fine. But you don't have to short the stock market, just fucking buy gold.
Well, talking about buying hedges, you see, Russell, they're starting to kind of get a bit longer in Russell.
Yeah,
How's
I'm
that?
buying it. I'm giving it back to him. That's been my main trade for the last month.
Oh, selling Russell?
Buying Russell.
Oh, buying Russell. Yeah, yeah.
And
Nice.
now they're coming in for it. Now I'm giving it back to him.
Oh, yeah. It's
Mhm.
coming time.
That's how I do it.
If you're exiting your Russell longs,
Yes.
I'm trying to. Well, what's your? I could see the continual spec selling in the spoos. I just my simple mind doesn't understand that, man. Like I can't remember how long they've been selling into this, but I don't
A
help
long
me
time.
understand that.
I've
How
been
does that
sitting
work?
long. Well, I'll put it this way. I only get long when they're selling it. And I've been long spoos since fucking April.
Yeah, you only get long when the specs are selling it.
Yeah.
I don't
So I've
understand
been
how
doing
they
it
stay
since April
liquid,
because
man.
that's when I got long the things.
How do they stay liquid selling into this rip, man? It's been well, it's been a
Yeah,
rip
they're
since
probably
the dip.
long stocks and short futures or whatever.
Yeah, I was so focused on spoos, and then I pulled up a chart on the year-to-date performance on the DAX. Forget about it, man. S&P, Mag 7 doesn't all pale by comparison to the holy DAX. Have you
It
seen that
all
thing?
looks like shit compared to freaking gold.
Yeah, that's
Newmont
true.
Mining is up 90 something percent year to date.
Miners.
Newmont Mining, biggest gold miner.
Oh yeah,
It's up over
yeah. I saw they're
90% this year.
and they're only
Gives a shit
starting to
about
break out apparently
gives a
as a
shit
group.
about Mag 7.
Yeah, Mag 7's a total dog as a thing, I think. Can you believe the valuations on some of these companies, man? Palantir, 100 times price to earnings,
No, it's stupid.
like
It's stupid.
500
That
times
doesn't mean you need to
trailing
short it right
price
here, but it's
earnings.
definitely stupid. I'll say this. My whole theme this week is going to be based on the idea of like, it's different this time. It better be fucking different this time because if it's not, you know what I mean? Market
Dude,
ain't worth shit.
but like, look at how we're set up right now, right? We got NFP, which I don't think it's going to be a good one. It doesn't really matter what I think it's going to be, but every report, if it comes out terrible, okay, or if it comes out really, really strong, okay, fine. Let's see how the markets react. But I suspect there's a bit of a shit revision coming into the jobs report, right? So, and then you got that, and then you got, well, like 10 days later, you're going to get FOMC. So there's a kind of this sort of a dynamic setting up here where they could sell off into the FOMC. You get a bad jobs report, they don't buy the dip on Friday, and it just keeps dropping. And then we come to FOMC. Powell is going to have his back against the wall to cut because it'll be like, oh, the markets are down 10% off the highs. Everyone's beating the drum. He's got to cut. He's got to cut. And he's like, well, if the markets are down 10% off the highs, maybe I should.
Oh, he's cutting, man. Unless something ridiculous comes out in between, he's cutting.
I don't know. He should be hiking though.
I agree. No, this is the whole funniest thing people are like once again missing the forest for the trees, man. All of a sudden they're okay with the market being expensive because they're going to cut rates. Like, dude, this is how tops occur.
But that's just like giving a 3-year-old a bag of sugar, just saying, have at it.
That's exactly right. But that's what they want, you know. And that's all that's left. That's all that's left that they can do. So you're allowed to let the whole fucking thing hit the fan, which it's going to do anyway. But
Let it burn. Let the whole fucking thing burn.
yeah, but they won't. So, and Donald Trump won't let it happen. They'll just it's all they got left, man. They'll do it forever until the market says enough is fucking enough. And they will at some point do that. I don't know if it's today, but at some point,
Yeah.
it's all up to, because they're not going to be responsible. These guys don't have a fucking responsible fucking bone in his fucking body.
Responsible.
The
That's
opposite of he's doing everything the opposite of responsible.
that's a big word. That's a big word for financial markets. You're talking about the same people here: bankers, investors, money managers. Responsible.
Yeah. So, you know, whatever. Ride it till she bucks you and catch her the other way.
Well, it's incredible performance to watch, man. Long since April. I know. I mean, you know what? This rally since Liberation Day has just been like one massive, massive equities, indices, education for me. I mean, I lost a little bit of money on some options, no big deal, and I'm quite happy. That's all I lost. But it's actually been a huge education as to just how these markets really fucking just go out of whack and they stay out of whack.
They don't need to make sense.
They don't need to make sense. That's the biggest lesson, really. None of it needs to make sense, man. None
That's
of
right. Never has.
it. No, 1 + 1 = chicken. That's what I called my report this week.
Right.
Because yeah, I suppose I don't know. I've been saying the whole time I'm quite happy to trade oil because I think in oil it just, I don't know whether there's no dentists in there kind of having a go, or I don't know what the fuck it is, man. But like it just prices a little bit more, the pricing and repricing and it balance price discovery. It all kind of just seems a lot more coherent to me. And I know that's not the same for everybody, and maybe it's completely, wild to other people, but it's horses for courses, I suppose. I don't know. Physical commodities, I suppose, have less of a noise factor to them. Would that be a fair assessment?
I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, why has oil been going down ever since? I don't know.
It doesn't matter really why. I think ultimately oil has been pricing in this OPEC reintroduction of over 2 million barrels so far this year. And I think, in a performance meeting, I don't think anyone wants to be justifying why they went long, hours or days after OPEC announced an increase to production of 541,000 barrels a day.
Right.
Oh, you went long? Oh, yeah. Well, look how that worked out, right? You don't want to be that guy. So
I mean, I did notice crude to this point has bottomed the day of the Alaska thing, which was seen as bearish oil. And we came in that Sunday night. Oil was down, and we haven't hit that low since.
Yeah. We looked at that low in the report, actually, in the oil report, and held like a butte, coupled with that extended sort of spec short positioning.
Yes.
So yeah, they were short. They were overly short, man. Kind of
Believing that it's the be all and end all is not a good idea. But over time, it can be very good.
Yeah, nice. Well, we're going to continue on with it. I'm going to send you a book recommendation. guy called about one of the Irish, well, Ireland's heroes, considered heroes, a guy called Tom Crean. You
Hmm.
might like it. It's a hell of a story. Tom
Irish
Crean.
heroes.
Yeah, Tom Crean. He was an Arctic explorer. He
Uh-huh.
was with Shackleton, and before that, he was with Scott on the expedition that Scott died on. And he literally came home from the Scott expedition after nearly dying, and then he like was hanging around the ports or whatever, and then Shackleton came over and was like, "Here, I'm going back down to the South Pole. Do you want to go?" And he's like, "Sure, let's go." And they went down, and within like a week, they got trapped in the ice, and that led to them being stuck there for almost like 2 years
Yeah.
with like dwindling supplies. Fucking crazy story, well documented story. But
I only have one Irish hero, other than you, of course. Is
I
Grace
was about to say, I mean,
Grace O'Malley.
Grace O'Malley.
That's my girl.
Grace O'Malley. What's she again? The pirate. Oh, the pirate queen.
Yeah.
Yeah, good old Grace. Was she from Cork?
I don't know.
Yeah, you don't want to mess with Grace, man. She'll flip you. All right.
Cork. Is that where you're in Cork, aren't you?
Me? No, man. I'm in Carlo.
No.
Looking out at the cows. Cows are being let out now for their dinner.
How's your girl doing? She taking care of her?
Yeah, she just got back last night from Switzerland. She was
Oh,
gallivanting around Interlaken
oh
in the
nice. What's she
mountains.
doing there?
She was just hanging out with a friend of hers from here, Sinead, and
Sinead O'Connor?
not Sinead, the rest in peace. No, Sinead Madden, and yes, they were just hanging out in the mountains.
Nice.
Yeah, having a good time. Yeah, just faffing around. So I was solo parenting,
Good air.
4-year-old and a 2-year-old.
There you go.
Yeah.
Living a good
So,
life, your freaking girl.
huh?
I said she's living a good life, your girl, dropping the kids off with you and taking off for the mountains of Switzerland.
Yeah. Well, it's easy. The kids aren't that bad, man. They're not that bad. If it was two, well, actually, no, it'd be easier if there were two babies. But no, they're good. Kids are good. Kids are good. Portfolios are doing good. NRT. I trust that you bought a rope load of NRT up 45% on the year. Not even to mention the divvies. Divvies at 18% roughly.
What?
Yeah, you heard right. I told you this. I told you this. I'm not even going to pull up a chart that is up double digits since I last said it to you. And they paid out the divvies.
Check it out. NRT. You know, write it down.
You fancy money managers, man. I don't know what you're doing with your time if you're not buying NRT, getting paid a secure divvy.
NRT.
It's a thing. It's not a big float, but it's a predictable revs, nat gas space, dividends. What more do I need to say?
Annual dividends 9.72.
Yeah, but what's the total 12 month?
Annual. The word annual means 12 month, I believe. I got it at 9.72.
Okay, but I think there's a trailing total 12 month. Let me pull it up here. It varies. Do 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 do. Look at that
Federal
chart, eh?
Republic of Germany.
Yeah, it's a co deal with Chevron. 2019. Yeah, 9.72. They've just redone it. Dividend yield, yeah, full year 20. Yeah, but you see what the divvies were last year? 20.7%. 2022, 11.7%.
Pretty good.
Yep, it's a winner. That and gold. What do you reckon about silver? Trading 1981 highs.
I got no issue with it.
You got any silver?
No.
Oh, does the idea of bullion not interest you?
What?
Have you ever thought about owning like the bullion, the physicals of like silver and gold?
I own a bunch. I bought a bunch in quite a while ago now, a couple years ago now. But yeah, I bought a bunch of
Oh yeah. Have you,
all on my report if you paid attention.
sorry, I wasn't able to afford the
I think it was the end of 21. I kind of bought a whole
it was what 21?
end of 21.
Oh, end of 21. I'm sure that
Buried it in my fucking yard.
out with the shovel. Come on. End of 21. I'm sure you're steaming on that one. What was end of 21? Those were like, where was it? End of 21.
Yeah, it was around 1800 or something.
Jeez, yeah, 1800s. Christ, I'm looking at this monthly bar chart. Holy shit. It's just parabolic, man. Completely parabolic.
Yeah, it is.
What was going on at the time when in 21 when you bought?
Well, fucking COT shit was massively short gold and
Oh, yeah.
massively short dollar. I got there was like 3 or 4 things that lined up where I was like, this ain't really my point that week. I was like, all I can fucking see here, looking at all the different stocks and bonds and currencies and commodities, all I can see is fucking buy gold. That's what it all tells me.
Yeah. You reckon he's gonna revalue gold, get some money back in the coffers or on the balance sheet?
I have no idea, dude. I can't be in the business of trying to figure out what that fucking schmuck is gonna fucking do.
I don't know. Could you imagine what would happen if he revalues gold? The dollar would be like, you'd be using it as wallpaper.
Yep, most likely.
Euro to the moon, gold to the moon. No better place to be than Ireland.
Yeah.
Anything else going on? Any other scandal in the hood?
No, man.
No.
It's all pretty normal. I was looking at my new retirement place this weekend. I came up with a new one, Uruguay.
Hold on. What about St. Croix? Thought you were all dialed in on St. Croix.
No, I've moved on to Uruguay.
What's the sex appeal in Uruguay?
I don't know. It looks like a cool fucking place. It's right in between Brazil and Argentina, and they got great fucking tax deals going on there.
Oh yeah. Have you got to buy a residency for like 40 grand to get your tax?
Not really, no.
Have you ever been there?
No.
Well, I guess you know where you're going on your next trip.
Yeah, I'm looking I mean I came across because I was looking at a trip to Argentina. Actually, I first started looking at a trip to I was just looking at Chile because we had this girl from Chile here this weekend, so
Oh yeah.
see what I could learn about Chile, and then that brought me to Argentina, and then that brought me to Uruguay.
Nice. Uruguay, Argentina, yeah. You know, there's a lot of Irish people went to Argentina in I think it was around the 1820s, in around that time.
Yeah, well, we'll try not to let that affect me.
One of the richest guys in the world at the time was an Irish cattle farmer with a massive cattle farm out in Argentina. Small little fact.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So there's a lot of Argentinians with Irish names running around out there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. There's no getting away from us, dude.
No, there isn't. Not for me.
The Irish and the 2x2s.
Yeah.
All right, dude. Well, good to hear from you and hear that your trip went well.
Yeah, man.
And Megan's still talking to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. You doing any yoga yet?
No.
Got to get you down on the mat. Should get you get you some spandex.
Yeah. That's all the world needs.
More spandex.
Me and spandex. That's something the world could probably do without.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd sleep well with that image in my head now.
No, I don't think I would either. All right. I'm gonna eat some lunch, but keep in touch, man.
I will. These things are going to be happening.
Keep
I'll
it
be giving
real.
you a shout. All right. Good to chat, man. Bye-bye.